Damn. James Franklin is up out of there. They said, look, we ain't letting you finish out the season, partner. You got to go. And you know what? I completely understand. You know what I'm saying? If you Penn State, you started off 3-0, right? That no way in hell that loss to Oregon should have spiraled that much out of control, right? You should have been able to get back on the board. You should be really 5-1 at this point. You shouldn't be 3-3, right? You shouldn't have lost to UCLA on the road. I don't care. It's Nico Maliava. They were 0-4. They were winless, right? Okay, cool. We'll give you that. Then you lose at home to Northwestern. It's like, yeah, bro, there's no coming back to that. We went and hit the portal, went and got these top guys. There's no way in hell you should obviously be ranked this low. You know what I'm saying? Or not ranked this low. You should be losing these type of games. So I understand it from the Penn State perspective. I understand why you had to move on. I understand why you looked in a different direction because he wasn't cutting it. He wasn't getting it done. And to be honest with y'all, as I talked about yesterday with Drew Aller, he's regressed. He's taking steps back. This was supposed to be a bona fide number 1 overall pick, according to some people. Not me, but according to some people. He didn't look like that this year, right? They at one point yesterday, it was 6-9 for 35 yards in the interception. It's like, how in the hell you have that and you have one of the best running back tandems in the country, right? You got Katron Allen and Nicholas Singleton, and you can't get points against Northwestern, a team that Oregon blew out. It's like, it doesn't make sense, bro. So I understand. I hate it for him. I don't want to see this for James Franklin. I wish the best. Obviously had a really good year last year. Ended up going to, I believe it was the quarterfinal. It might have been the semifinal up against Notre Dame. But you just didn't handle business this year. And this was supposed to be the year again that Penn State took that next step forward. They simply just did not do that. And when you have that, you have to move on, right? Because we pay too much money. We paying you millions of dollars, and they said, screw it. They said, you know what? We going to eat that $48 million that we owe you, right? We going to eat that up. You know what I'm saying? And it's not an easy thing to do because now you got to move on and you still have to pay him, right? There's no, clause, we're not going to pay. No, you have to pay him for the rest of that contract. So Penn State felt it was that bad that today they had to move on. I know some people was like, they're not going to do that. Nah, man, we don't live in that world no more. As soon as it goes bad and you don't figure it out and have answers, people are moving on, bro. They're not sitting here waiting around. There's mortgages on the line. There's family livelihoods on the line. These kids, they're not performing at a high level. Like, they're not finna let you do it at all. Now, it's going to be real tough for recruiting because guys have not been locked in with Penn State. Several guys have commented. We just had, I think, a decommitment just now for Penn State. I think it was a linebacker, if I'm not mistaken. They're going to lose a lot of recruits, unfortunately, because, like I said, they believed in the vision of Penn State and obviously James Franklin, and now they got to move in a different direction. Now, does that mean Penn State is done? They can't get back on track? No, it does not mean that. But right now, it's going to be tough sledding, and they're going to have to bring in the right coach to help replace James Franklin. He was the head coach there since 2014. He's been there for a while, right? We're finna hit 2016, about to be 12 years. But as y'all see, you have to continue to win. It don't matter if you get into a CFP playoff. It don't matter if, you're winning championships. You have to continue to win at a high level or teams are getting rid of you. So, sucks, but I'm not surprised.